One day you can wake up with nothing. One day your family can be truly hurt. One day disaster could hit your door. That day will happen. Prepare, store food, medical supply, have an emergency plan. Get out of the coast. No fear. Be ready. Tomorrow can be late. Revolution fever is spreading in the Middle East and North Africa, and it won't stop until the blood is flowing from Tehran to Timbuktu. The potential for massive disruptions in oil supply will be the most serious issue facing the world economy. A new Islamic caliphate is being formed behind the scenes, and it does not have a geographic center. The US can't kill what they can't see, and the pan-Islamic movement will stay hidden while undermining Western influence across the region. In the end, the US will abandon the region. Israel will face for the first time a loosely unified enemy that has 10 times the firepower that it has. I can envision a scenario where the rulers of Jordan and the Gulf oil sheikdoms will beg the Jews to come and deliver them from the horde of invaders from the northeast. The United States will face its most serious existential threat not from outside but from inside the country. Bankrupt states will come to a standstill as the printing press runs dry. For the first time in 150 years there will be real attempts at secession of states from the Union. The United States military will come home to police its own lands. Inflation will hit hard. There is nothing anybody can do. The only way to control inflation is raise interest rates. If the Fed does that, it will cost $100 of billions more to service the debt. The US government has no control over the runaway economic crash. It is powerless. In absolute contradiction, the stock market will continue to rise, and moronic pundits will use this as a sign of recovery, not realizing it as an attempt by the super-rich to shore up the crumbling system that has ruined the whole world. Mother Nature delivered a few love taps last year. This year it will be a bitch slap. Mega storms and floods, hellish heat and dry spells and freakish cold will ravage the food crops of the planet. The word oscillation will be used more and more. Arctic oscillation, South Pacific oscillation, Saharan oscillation. All it means is extremes in weather in short and totally unpredictable cycles. Science will admit that it does not understand the forces behind climate change. In the end, solar influences will be blamed as the culprit. As more people abandon the system, it will come to light how much advanced stuff we have in space. Ex-generals and military-industrial banker types will be dropping in droves. When the populace learns of the exotic energy weapons that are in space, there will be a huge public outcry and countless hearings. Russia is going to return to the world stage in a big way. It will be revealed just how busy the Russians have been in developing alternative technologies. New Russian military tech will shock the West. Stories of revamped and expanded underground facilities in Russia will be confirmed. The West is going to regret very much not helping Russia in the difficult times in the 1990s. Europe is going to have a revolution. It will go left, then swing far to right. It will start out as anti-establishment and end up in formation of a new superstate. The UK will pull out of the European community. The next King of England has already planned trips to Canada and the former colonies. When the US dollar finally dies, the Commonwealth pound will be set up in the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and other Commonwealth countries. China is going to turn from a paper tiger into a nasty and dangerous beast. When China realizes that they will never get one dime from the US or any other Western country, they are going to turn militant. China is going march as far as the Caspian Sea. The Chinese Khan Empire of old is coming back. Russia and China will eye each other nervously while playing games of intrigue, trying to play the Muslim world against each other. China is going to let North Korea off the leash and inject some very dangerous technology in the North Korean WMD program in an effort to punish South Korea and Japan and any other Western ally. North Korea is already planning several new nuclear tests in 2011. Brazil is going to launch a spectacular invasion of Venezuela and take the country in days. All of Central and South America is going to rally around Brazil and form a new coalition. The superpowerful elite are going to implement a doomsday plan to kill 6 billion people. The first stage will be a highly contagious virus that has an 80% mortality rate. Their final desperate move will be to guide a near-Earth object to an impact with the Earth. They are going to try to guide a 800-meter comet into the Antarctic ice shelf. People will be hunting down the rich, both for good and evil, in a horrendous purge that will see the millions die. Safe places: Canada, Australia, New Zealand and Scandinavia will be the safest places on Earth. America is going to become a killing ground of roving gangs and fundamentalist cults that will rape, kill and steal with impunity. Island nations like the UK, Iceland and Ireland will have real estate booms as millions of rich and desperate people flee the mob violence in the major cities of Europe and the Middle East. The big war will happen when the US leaves the Middle East and Gulf oil states fall into total anarchy. Israel is going to retake all of the Sinai and the Suez Canal. The first nuke to be used will be a ground or sea weapon in Korea. India and Pakistan are going to have a limited nuclear exchange, with India destroying much of the Pakistani army. Israel is going to airburst a nuke over Iran just prior to launching a massive missile and bomber attack. 10 million people will die in North Africa before 2013 by revolution and hunger. The European superstate will have an army larger than the US within 2 years. German technology and innovation will make the European nations the most powerful non-nuclear force in the world. 20 million Koreans will die. Taiwan is going to fall to the Chinese. All US forces in region will pull back to Japan. 3 American cities will get nuked by North Korea, with Chinese help. Seattle, San Francisco and LA. Vancouver B.C. will be evacuated due to radiation. The global coastal event that was highly anticipated by remote viewers and others future viewers will happen before December the 21st, 2012. The ocean will rise 20 meters and displace millions. Pray and be ready.